The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
Hi everybody, welcome to the latest episode of the SCU Show. I'm your host, SCU. Great to be back on for another week of the show. We've been on fire lately. We've been doing very well. Numbers are okay, they could be better, but you know what? There's always room for improvement, and speaking of improvement, I said this before the season. I'll go right into it right now, because I'm very upset about this. I said it before the season, the Cowboys are going to finish season 6-10. They had Christian Blood, former Bleacher Report on, and I believe works for the Cowboys Wire or the Landry Hat, one of the Cowboys websites, one of the biggest Cowboys websites out there right now, online. He told me about, the defense is going to be so good, and it's all this and the other. Okay, the defense has done okay. It did okay to start the season, but the last couple of weeks, the defense has not done much of anything, and it's just a shame. I mean, the injuries according to Sean Lee are hurting us, and the big thing, everyone talks about the Zeke suspension. The Cowboys are going 0-6. Zeke is the big problem. Zeke is not the problem here. The problem is clearly that Tyron Smith is out, and it continues to be out. I'm hoping on Thursday when the Cowboys play the Chargers on Thanksgiving in the 4:30 slot, Tyron Smith will be back and we can actually win a game. I hope we win a game. In the words of Jim Moore, not the UCLA coach who was fired on his birthday. Tyron Smith is the reason the Cowboys are not doing well on offense. Dak is being pressured and not being able to get away. It's all on Tyron Smith being out. I'm not blaming Tyron Smith because he's injured. You can't blame somebody on injury. But the fact that everyone's saying that Zeke is the problem, Zeke is not the problem. And this angers me even more than the whole Zeke situation, because that's a big debacle on its own. That's something else. It's another story for another time. The fact that Zeke is out for 4 more weeks, including the game against the Chargers on Thanksgiving. The bigger story here is how the Cowboys lost Sunday 37-9. It's a 28-point loss. I couldn't bear watching it, but I stood up and watched the whole damn thing. I don't know why I did. But then you go, and of course, the next day you got the morning program. First things first, Nick, right? You got the first take, you got Undisputed. And everybody making fun of the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody. The Cowboys are the biggest joke in the league. Wow, what a joke. They lost 37-9 to the Eagles. They're the joke of the NFL. There's no way This was what upsets me. I'm going to start off by saying, almost every team last week, and we'll go to the final scores here. Many teams got blown out on Sunday. So let's start with that. Titans blown out by the Steelers. Ravens, the Packers got shut out by the Ravens. They got shut out by the Ravens. The Rams lost to the Vikings by 17 points. The Bills lost to the Chargers by 30. And the Raiders lost to the Patriots by 25. And yet, the Cowboys are the joke of the league, right? And every other team, it doesn't matter. They're just this team. But the Cowboys lose. The other losers are freaking minds. Unbelievable. You people are ridiculous. To say the Cowboys are the worst team in the league right now because they lost to the best team in the league right now, the Philadelphia Eagles. And Carson Wentz, who's definitely, by now, everyone knows he's going to win the MVP. There's no contest. Kind of like how Baker Mayfield's going to win the Heisman. Everybody knows that by this point. Carson Wentz going to win MVP. Doesn't look like anything's going to change there in that category. The Cowboys lost to two good teams the last 2 weeks. Falcons are finding their way, and the Eagles are the Eagles, the best team in the league. No, by far. It's not like we lost to the Jaguars. No hit on the knock of the Jaguars. They're pretty good, but this is a team over the past 10 years that everyone laughed at. Since 2007, they've been one of the most laughable teams in the league. They're doing good this year. Hopefully they keep it going. But it's not like we lost to a bad team. Not like the Cowboys lost to a bad team. Everyone's like, the Cowboys are such a joke. Why? And I hate to admit it myself, as a Cowboys fan. Zeke's suspension does have a part in this, because Alfred Morris is not doing his job. Darren McFadden was out, so we couldn't blame him. Ross Smith is not doing his job. The running game without Zeke is definitely deteriorated. It's gone down. But it's not the reason the Cowboys are losing. It's because Tyron Smith is out. He's not helping. He is the key to the offensive line. He has been, at least. And then, obviously, last week against the Eagles, Dak threw 3 picks. That didn't help much either. 2 of those picks, by the way, were not his fault, so I don't want to go there. I'm make that clear for Dak. That those 2 of those picks were not his fault. And then you got the teams like the Redskins. They choked against the Saints. They had an 11-point lead with 5 minutes left, and they blew it. The Chiefs, they were the best team in the league at one point. They just lost to the 1-win Giants. Like I said, the Bills started Nathan Peterman. He threw 5 picks. The Bills lost by 30. And yet the Cowboys are the league of the joke of the league. Give me a break. Absolute joke. That is just laughable, ridiculous, really dumb. The media is making the Cowboys look like a disappointment. And I'm part of the media. I do have 2 websites. One that's going to start doing multimedia in 2018 and beyond. The media likes to be very negative about everything. I don't want to be that part of the media. That's they're this, that, and the other. Everything's terrible. No. I'm looking at it a realistic way. So the media, these sports talk shows, telling you that the Cowboys are a joke and they're not going anywhere for the next 5 to 10 years or whatever it might have been. I'm here to tell you that they're a bunch of I can't say morons on radio, bunch of idiots. Everybody knows Nick Wright's an idiot. I like Nick Wright, what he's done, but he's been wrong a lot of times. It's kind of like Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless is a Cowboys fan, so he wouldn't back the Cowboys, but a lot of these media guys are saying the dumbest things. Stephen A. Smith is the most annoying one. He laughed. He mocked the Cowboys after they lost to the Eagles. And it's just, as a Cowboys fan, it got to me. As a media guy, it got to me. I couldn't believe it, what I was seeing. It did such disrespect for Stephen A. For a team that's, over the past 3 years, 2 years at least, have done so well. They've excelled. They've exceeded expectations the last 2 years. Everybody, we're almost done. Oh, there go the Cowboys. They're done, so that's it. Especially last season, week 1 against the Giants, with Dak only threw 227 yards, no touchdowns. Everyone thought, oh, there goes the Cowboys. They're going down. No Romo. It's over. That's it. Yet, they've exceeded expectations over the last couple of years, and they've shown how good they really are. So the fact that the media is calling Cowboys a joke is a joke all its own. These Cowboys are far, far, far from a joke. Absolutely nowhere near the title of a joke. Nowhere near. The schedule does get tougher for the Cowboys. I said this before the season. It's going to be tough, especially at the end of the year. And the Cowboys have to face some of the best teams. The Chargers, Joey Bosa is a sack machine, and Philip Rivers can throw the ball. The Redskins, pretty good team. But we'll get to them second, even though I really think they're not going to be very soon. Giants are finding their way. The Raiders could possibly find their way, and that's a primetime game. Seahawks are finding their way, even though they collapsed against the Falcons yesterday. I blame that on Blair Walsh. She'll be out of a job soon. And against the Eagles, who the Cowboys just got obliterated by. Very tough schedule at the end of the year. I still feel like this team's going to finish 6-10. I said it before the season. I'm saying it again. This Cowboys team's not a playoff team. But next year, watch out, because that's going to be a playoff team next year. I mean, look at the NFC East next year, and this leads into my next topic. Actually, before I get into that, I got a story I want to tell everybody. Back in 2014, me and a couple of my friends, we were looking to start a band. Like, none of us had known how to play any instruments. We were all going to learn all this other stuff. It was pretty much like, oh, this is not going to happen type of deal. The band was going to be called Permanent Damage. We had written songs, like titles of songs. We had not written any actual lyrics except for one song, which one of my friends made. But that was it. But now, it's 2017, and I'm starting a new band, ladies and gentlemen. My new band, I'm going to call them the Rock Bottom Redskins. And you're going to laugh when you hear this, but we're going to be playing the blues. What am I talking about? Oh, so the Washington Redskins, they choked against the Saints. Like, they blew an 11-point lead with 5 minutes left. And the Saints are a good team. You can't knock the Saints. It's not like they lost to the Browns, the Redskins. But this is just the first step and rock bottom for the Washington Redskins. Because in that same game, their leading receiver, also their running back, Chris Thompson, broke his leg. So his season is over. Terrell Pryor just had ankle surgery. His season's probably over. Josh Doctson, bust. What a bust. And I'm ashamed to say that because I wanted to see Josh Doctson do so well coming out of TCU. Bust. He's done nothing in the NFL. And he continues to do nothing in the NFL. And this all really started last year, last offseason. Kirk Cousins has a career year and he should be signed to a mega deal. Everyone was saying that. I was in agreement with them. Yet, the Redskins decided, let's go ahead and sign him to a franchise tag. Again. Second franchise tag for him. Yeah, obviously that hasn't worked out. And then they go ahead and let their 2,000-yard receivers, Pierre Garçon and Deshaun Jackson, go. Deshaun Jackson's doing pretty well in Tampa. Pierre Garçon's now out for the season for the 49ers. That's where it all began. Now, Kirk Cousins is doing as well as he did last year, or even the year before that. And people don't want to hear this, but Kirk Cousins is not staying in Washington. I said it on another show, on a previous episode of this show. Kirk Cousins is going to the San Francisco 49ers in 2018, probably sometime around March when free agency begins, and that's it. Colt McCoy is going to be the leader for the team. They're going down. That's going to be a really... They're just going to start going down, more down for the Redskins. The Redskins will. They're not going to have a top receiver. Josh Jackson continue to be a bust. Terrell Pryor might get injured. Chris Thompson, he's not going to do the same he did this year. Coming back next year. Next year will be rock bottom for the Redskins. And that's why I'm starting a band called the Rock Bottom Redskins. Because that's where they're going. That's where they're headed. Now, I can't speak for 2019 season. But for 2018 season, it's already over for the Redskins at this point. They're losing. They've already lost two of their top guys. They're going to lose Kirk Cousins. Colt McCoy is not an NFL quarterback. I mean, it's a really, really bad season. It's going to be really bad. So bad, as a matter of fact. Not only do I see the Redskins finishing fourth in the division, because, let's face it, the NFC East is going to be strong next year. Gets to that in a second. The Redskins are going to finish not just last in the division. They're going to finish last in the conference. Whoa. You heard it here first. The Redskins are going to finish last in the NFC next year. It's going to be that bad in Washington. And I'm going to go back to my point about the NFC East. Cowboys, doing great. Eagles are going to continue to soar. Pun intended. And everyone mocking the Giants this year. I had them as my NFC East champions at 11-5, but the injury bug has plagued them this year. Absolutely plagued them. That's the reason they're 2-8, something like around there. It's sad. I mean, I was very upset to see the Giants fall to 1-5, and that's when I realized maybe my pick isn't so right about them being 11-5, and that was it. Like, Odell Beckham went down, Sterling Shepard's out now, Brandon Marshall had surgery, he's out for the year. But next year, watch out for the Giants. They're going to come back stronger. They're going to be a playoff team, like the Cowboys could be, and the Eagles will also be competitive. The Redskins, it's it. I mean, it's already over. They're going to be. Mitchell Trubisky might have a good season next year. I can't tell right now because obviously, it's only 2017 season. But I have a feeling that Mitch Trubisky will have a better year next year than Colt McCoy will. And that's clear. The Niners are going to be a playoff team next year. Should they compete with Seattle and the Rams? And I feel like the Rams are going down next year. They're not going to have a good year next year either. But the Redskins will be the worst team in the NFC next year. And that's why I'm starting the rock bottom Redskins. I mean, I'm not anti-Redskins. Even though I'm a Cowboys fan, I'm not anti-Washington Redskins. I just don't like what I'm seeing right now. Especially for the future. Like, it's a very bleak future. Especially next year. Next season is going to be very disappointing. Washington Redskins fans are going to be very upset with how the team will play, how the team will look coming into the season. It's going to be like the Jets this year. Nobody's going to know what to expect from the Redskins next year. But do know this. They're going down. They are going to be the worst team in the NFC in 2018. They might even have they're going to have a top 5 pick, I tell you that right now. They could have the second overall pick, though. I see that happening right now. Washington gets the second overall pick, a bunch of first-round picks trading up, and that team is going to rebuild by 2019. They'll be a playoff team in 2020. Possibly. But for now, rock bottom Redskins. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for this week on the SCU Show. I know it's very short, but I got a lot of good stuff coming up, so you want to follow me on Twitter, @RunningFanatic2. Lots of good stuff. Let me tell you, it is so good. I'm very excited for next year. 2018, I said it on Snapchat. 2018 is going to be magical. Absolutely great next year. And SCU Show will get better as well. I promise you that. But until next week, I want to thank you all for listening to this podcast. Whether you're listening on iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, to Google Play, TuneIn, or wherever your W2M Net podcasts are available. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We'll hear you catch me on the kickoff before Thanksgiving, or possibly after, whenever that podcast is posted, as well as this one. And I want to thank you for listening to the latest episode of the SCU Show.
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.